Hey everybody, Chris Groves here from the team at EA and Codemasters, and all of us here are super excited to bring you this special showcase on Grid Legends. So sit back and get comfortable, because starting right now, we're going to share a world exclusive look at a whole host of never before seen content for Grid Legends, including plenty of stuff that's brand new to the franchise. But if you are new to the party and need to be brought up to speed on this game, here's what's coming your way. So Grid Legends is an exhilarating all-action motorsport experience. It's all about delivering incredible wheel-to-wheel racing across the globe. You'll experience instant thrills, jaw-dropping moments in the world's greatest cars from the road and the track, with drama and action waiting for you around every corner. You're just seeing a glimpse of how that all comes together right now, with some incredible racing around one of our brand new circuits. So this is Strada Alpina. It's a sprawling, high-speed track which combines a circuit layout with a stadium section, but also with incredibly fast runs through towns and motorways. You may have also spotted that we're racing in the frankly insane Aston Martin Valkyrie AMR Pro concept. We're hitting speeds around 320 kilometers an hour. We're dodging crashes and engine blowouts. We're battling for glory against 21 other drivers on the grid. You know, this is what this game is all about. Spectacular racing. And this is just a taste of what we have in store. We're also incredibly excited to confirm today that Grid Legends will launch on February 25th, 2022 on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam and Origin. And what's even better is that you can pre-order right now. So pre-ordering will ensure that you can grab a host of bonus content on launch day, including additional cars. There's also a deluxe edition to check out with more exclusive add-ons. Just check the video description for all the details about launch day and pre-orders for Grid Legends. Back to the action then, and at the end of this race, I'll be joined in the studio by Chris Smith, the creative director on Grid Legends. We'll take you through more race events, including new locations, new cars, event types, and more racing coming your way on February 25th. I'll also chat a little bit with Chris about how this game goes about delivering that action-packed brand of racing, and also about how we're giving you the keys to make incredible events of your own, so listen out for that. For now though, enjoy the end of this race, and we'll see you on the other side. Let's get into it, Chris. So what we're seeing here, talk me through it. We're seeing a new location here. Many people will recognise it. This is London, a brand new location for Grid Legends. And as you can see, we're going through some gates there, as we can see. This is an electric boost race. So Chris, tell me all about London as a new location and electric class and boost races.
Yeah, well, earlier as well we saw Strada Alpina, right. Yeah. A new track, and again London, brand new track for Grid Legends. I love London, and in this track you get to be a tourist. You know, it's got Buckingham Palace, it's got the Millennium Wheel, it's got Big Ben, and it's an amazing track to race. And I think honestly it's going to be a fan favourite. You mentioned, you know, the new race mode, electric, and of course, look, we're in an age of high technology. There's a lot more electric vehicles. They're getting faster, cooler. So we had to bring them into this game as a franchise first. And the boost gates. So think of it as a risk-reward game mode. You know, when you're coming up to these corners, do you take the wide corner and go through the gates and fill up your boost? Or do you race normally, gain that inner line? The great thing about getting a boost though is you can use it at any time. So it's a real tactic where you hit that straight, hit the boost, zoom past your competitors, off you go. It's a very exciting sort of choice moment for the player.
And that moment when you get the boost and you trigger it, if you're going along the straight, you saw it at the start of this video, a couple of examples. It's like going into hyperdrive, just everything sort of suddenly starts zooming past you and you're making overtakes down the straight. It's really, really cool. It adds a brand new sort of element of tactics, absolutely, but also a load of excitement into a race event like this. So that's,
it adds chaos and fun as well.
Absolutely, plenty of that. And speaking of which, you know, Grids, I've played Grid my whole life, and even back to, Toka Race Driver, Toka Touring Car, all the way back through the lineage of Grid. It's always been about the spectacular moments on the track. Those amazing moments that, the next day you meet up with your friends and you go, wow, I can't believe that happened in this race. Grid Legends brings that again in abundance. And it's not just about, those moments aren't created just by the player, it's created by the game and things that happen around the player. Could you talk maybe a little bit about how Grid Legends is designed to create that?
But first of all, we really want every race to feel unique in a real meaningful way. And where we realized that was, if you're playing with human players, you're playing with your friends online, there's always that moment, there's always that random moment, there's always that thing to talk about afterwards. And what we wanted was to blur the line between the AI players and the human players. You might have a large degree of the pack being AI players. So what we have is every single driver in the game has a uniquely tuned AI personality. Some are more aggressive, some are defensive, some are more tactical. We also have a choreographer in the background. What that's there for is to add the human to the AI. Yeah. Add a bit of, they make mistakes. So they're, taking a corner bad all the way through to spinning out and crashing. It also looks after mechanical damage as well. So for those moments where a wheel pops off or an engine blows. Sure. So combine that all together, you really have unpredictable racing, and that feeling that whoever you're racing against, they're intelligent, they have a personality, and that anything can happen.
I just saw that, as you were saying that, I just saw a car in front of us there, an AI car just sort of get out of shape, almost lose it. So it's those sort of smaller moments, but then also in Grid Legend, you'll see a lot of even more spectacular moments. We saw in the opening race at Strada Alpina with the Aston Martin Valkyrie. There were crashes, there were engine blowouts and things like that.
You saw that big engine blowout, right, with that tunnel of smoke, and it almost, again, that smoke is not just a moment. Now you've got to navigate behind that smoke, and you've got to, challenge the drivers just that little bit more. Exactly. When overtaking that vehicle.
Right, exactly, yeah. Let's see even more. Let's get straight into another race. We're going to see another new location, another new event type, even more brand new content we're bringing you here for Grid Legends. So, as you can see here, brand new location, looks incredible. This, as you might even tell already, is Moscow. So that's super cool to see in Grid Legends. We'll talk about that in a second. Also, as you'll see as this event goes on, now the countdown timer has started. So this is an elimination event type, an elimination race. So Chris, tell me just a little bit about Moscow as a brand new location for Grid Legends, but also how elimination works in Grid Legends.
So important to Grid is that city wheel-to-wheel racing. I think it's a very sort of iconic part of Grid. You're trapped, you don't have anywhere to go, you've got that full field of cars and you're jockeying for position. It's amazing. So Moscow is iconic. Yeah. You may have noticed the cobbles and snow, a new weather condition for us, both challenging the player's skills and what they do on track. And it's an amazing track because it's one of the longest city tracks we've ever put into the game. Wow, okay. And it's got locations like driving up through the river to the beautiful Red Square. So it's really going to challenge players. It's a really long track, and with these new driving conditions, providing new challenges as well.
Yeah, and I think you said it's the largest city location we've ever built for Grid, which is super cool. And there are other routes in there as well you can check out. So then elimination as well. We're seeing it sort of unfold here. So how will elimination work in Grid Legend?
Elimination is our last car standing mode. Essentially, every time the counter reaches zero, the last two cars of the pack are eliminated. And this keeps going until there's two left, and then there's one left, and then winner, chicken dinner, you win. Yeah. So it's a really great way to keep ramping up that tension every time someone pulls off the back of the track. And don't worry if you're playing multiplayer, if you get eliminated, you can go into spectator mode, and you can watch the rest of the race from that perspective.
That's brilliant. So what we're seeing here is that's a really interesting combination of a location, of a type of car, the Renault Clio Cup here, and also elimination and new event types. We're combining all these things, and there'll be hundreds of events that are curated for the player in Grid Legends they can check out that are really nice combinations, really interesting, fun, exciting combinations. But because there's all this new content coming into, as you said, the biggest grid ever, we wanted to make sure that the players, had the opportunity to make full use of those tools, that new content, and create whatever you desire, whatever comes to your imagination. So Chris, just before we jump quickly into the final race, tell me all about how players get to do that with the race creator.
Yeah, so we're happy to introduce, new to the franchise, is our race creator. And people don't need to worry. You don't need to be able to know how to make corners and straights. It's not an editor where you create these tracks. Instead, every route, every location, time of day, race mode, vehicles, rules, they're all elements. They're all pieces that the player can combine together at their choice to create their own unique experiences and events. And of course, as the post-release content comes out, that will all be added to the race creator to allow even more and more combinations.
More variety from launch and beyond. Let's see an example of that in action, right? So let's check out the final race of this show. So immediately, as we boot up this event, the optics of this are just insane. It's fantastic. So this is a great example of the kind of combinations you can create through the race creator. So what we're seeing big rigs against a VW Fun Cup car in London, in the rain, in the middle of the night. You couldn't draw that up in another race game. This is only possible in a game like Grid Legends. Just incredible, right?
Yeah, and the only two mistakes you've made in creating this, Chris, is you didn't add ramps and you didn't add boost.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a. Yeah. For me, I mean, this is what the race creator's about. If you're more of a serious motorsport fan, we've got you covered. You can go to a circuit, get some, that age-old discussion between you and your friend who's faster in the Porsche or the Ferrari. Go out there and race that. You can have a really nice event. And if you're a little more chaos inspired like myself, you can create San Francisco with ramps and boost and have Fun Cup cars and trucks and have fun your way. And that's the key here. It's about choice and variety and really a game for all types of players.
Right, yeah, it's near unlimited possibilities of what you can create with the race creator. And what makes this even better for me is that it's not just offline. So you can create these events, you can play them offline with the great AI and the director that we talked about that creates the spectacular moments. You'll have great races offline, but you can take these online. You can take whatever you create in the race creator online and challenge your friends, challenge the world, and take these unique events and make them an amazing online race, right?
Yeah, so yeah, of course, again, you can play them offline if you want to, but as you said, and remember, in Grid Legends, we're now up to 22 cars on track from 16, so that furthers the chaos. But yeah, you can create your race, get it out there, people can hop into it, friends, strangers, and enjoy the creation that you've done. And personally, I can't wait to see what people come up with, because every week we're playing and testing and multiplayer and trying new combinations, having our own favourites, discovering new ones. But I can't wait to see what everyone creates and what is people's favourites when they get their hands on this game.
Yeah, and the great thing as well is, sometimes when you have all these different, I've experienced this as a player in different kinds of games. Sometimes you have so many different options available to you, you don't know where to start. There's a randomised option in the race creator too, right?
If you don't know what you want to do, or you kind of just want to be surprised, there's literally a button, you click it, it will randomise all the pieces, put them together, and you can just straight away race on that. Or you can look at the pieces and go, you know what, I love what it's created, but I want to change one thing, and you can do that too. So I think it's going to really be fun for everyone, and it allows everyone to create. And that's the point here, is it's accessible to everyone.
Yeah, it's brilliant, yeah, and that's also something that's been carried over from previous Grid games in terms of community feedback, is adding options to randomise events. That's something that I've talked about many times with players about wanting to see in a Grid game. We've got that for Grid Legends, so it's absolutely fantastic. Brilliant. So that's a fantastic example of some of the incredible action coming your way, whether it's through the race creator or the curated events that you'll experience, the hundreds of curated events that you'll experience in Grid Legends. New content all over the place there. Absolutely fantastic. So if you missed it at the start, just to wrap up, the key breaking news from today, Grid Legends is launching February 25th, 2022 on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, and Origin, and you can pre-order right now. If you pre-order right now, there are a host of pre-order bonuses and exclusive content coming away. Let's take one final look just at what some of those additions are. So exclusive cars, including the Aston Martin Vantage GT4, Ginetta G55, more cars, just awesome cars there, including Raven West content. You may have seen I'm repping Raven West today. You'll find out more in the coming months and weeks about how Raven West fits into Grid Legends in the story and so much more. But yeah, exclusive pre-order content coming away. Also a deluxe edition, look out for that for more bonus content and immediate access to post-launch expansion packs. So much coming away, February 25th, 2022. Less than 2 months away. Very, very close now, Chris.
So exciting.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Final thoughts, Chris. Thank you for coming along. But any final thoughts about Grid Legends?
No, just really excited to sort of get more information out there. Obviously, there'll be a lot more information early December as we're getting access to a lot of people to take a look at this. Yep. Really excited to get the response, and more excited in February to get this in people's hands and start playing. I hope to see everyone out there on the track.
Yeah, we absolutely will. Yeah, as Chris said, look out for early next week, look out for more content dropping from Grid Legends that shows more events, more stuff we haven't even shown you in this show. So look out for that from channels all over the place. But make sure to follow @GridGame on Twitter and Instagram. We'll share up some of the absolute best stuff for you. So thank you, Chris. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, everybody at home, for joining us for this special Grid Legends show from EA and Codemasters. Grid Legends launching February 25th, 2022. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next time. Bye for now.